Good morning, college students. I am Hugh Taylor. As you have probably guessed, I am a student here at the Fort Valley State University. Did you know that there are more than 1,000 suicides on college campuses per year, and that suicide is the third leading cause of death among people aged 15 to 24? With suicide being such a growing problem in recent years, many colleges, such as Fort Valley State University, do not have suicide prevention programs. While a program implemented by the college will be a big step in the right direction, many of the suicide prevention methods can be practiced by students themselves. The three main intervention methods I'll be talking about today are direct talks, screenings, and social interventions. Many people, although not all, who suffer from depression or suicidal thoughts may feel as if they have no one to discuss their problems with. The World Health Organization noted that an extremely effective way of assessing suicidal thoughts and even reducing the chances of suicide is to speak directly with that person. Most, if not all, of college students on a daily basis are trying to balance the three S's: sleep, studying, and social life. Emory University reports that 1 in 10 college students has made a plan for suicide. As college students try to navigate through the stress of balancing the three S's, it may seem as if their friends or even themselves are too busy to tend to the mental problems that they may be facing. With that being said, Emory University reports that one risk factor that is specific to college students is the feeling of isolation and alienation. Direct talks will be especially effective in these students as they may believe that no one has the time or the interest to deal with the problems that they may be facing. The World Health Organization also advises people not to say that everything will be okay or make the problem seem trivial, as this may cause the other person to shut down. To responsibly address mental health on campus, we must adopt a public health approach focused on early identification and treatment. This quote by Marnie A. White basically but surely explains the second type of intervention method I will be discussing: screenings. Screening, as defined by Merriam-Webster, is the act of examining people or things in order to decide if they are suitable for a particular purpose. In terms of suicide prevention, a screening would be examining someone for mental health problems in order to see if they are susceptible to the thoughts of suicide. Due to the unique stress factors that are present in college, such as being away from home, screenings have the potential to be extremely beneficial to students because they can detect the problem before it grows too large, even when the student may not be aware of the problem themselves. At various colleges, school-sponsored screening gives students a chance to sit and discuss any problems they may have, which gives them a one-on-one opportunity with an educated individual to relieve stress. Screenings do not just end after a problem is diagnosed. It allows the school to make an individualized plan for said student and get them on the path of better mental health. The third and final method of suicide prevention that I will discuss today is social intervention. Social intervention as a means of preventing suicide can be defined as using means of social interaction such as school and community to increase the knowledge of suicide and raise suicide awareness. Colleges and universities' social intervention events include, but are not limited to, seminars about domestic violence, drug abuse, stress, and even suicide itself. It goes without saying that some people who are having mental health issues are too afraid to go talk to another person about what they're going through. So a general school-sponsored event may be the perfect solution for some students. Even if certain students may not be facing any mental or psychological problems, social interventions, whether it be school-sponsored in a classroom or just a friendly conversation, can educate them and give them knowledge that they shall be able to pass on to other students if need be. A very important of social intervention is the media. It has been suggested by the National Strategy for Suicide Prevention that TV shows and news media can help prevent suicide by showing in their programs that most people choose something other than suicide to cope with their problems, and avoiding the use of average people to be suicide prevention spokespeople. In conclusion, suicide is a devastating and tragic problem that many people of all age ranges must deal with directly or indirectly. There are many professional situations that have unique stressors which can heighten the risk of mental health issues and even the risk of suicide. The hustle and bustle of college life is no exception as students try to balance taking care of themselves, taking care of classes, and even taking care of their social life. The different methods of preventing suicide that I talked about can be especially tailored to college students for the different struggles they face as opposed to people in other situations. So whether it be school-sponsored or not, just remember that everyone in the audience can play a significant role in preventing suicide here at Fort Valley or any college through direct talks, screenings, or social interventions. Once again, I'm Hugh Taylor. Thank you for your time.